Hey, what's up, guys? I'm going to be showing the top 2 decks in Clash Royale to learn right now. It's a brand new meta, and these decks are at the top. I'm going to show you why they're so strong and how to play them too. So let's go jump right into the action and show you the best decks in Clash Royale. You guys always ask me, Jake, what's your favorite deck? What deck should I learn for ladder? 100% I gotta suggest the Royal Hogs Royal Recruits. It just got a 6% damage buff, and it's been viable in every single meta. I even played it last meta where everyone was running Fireball, Dark Prince, Valkyrie, and Tesla to counter Goblin Drill. So if that doesn't tell you how strong this deck is, I don't know what does. So jumping into it, there isn't a single legendary, so it's easy for you guys to level up, and it's played in the top 200 by a lot of people right now. It's the best deck to utilize Royal Hogs that just got a huge buff, so let's break it down and show you why it's so strong. Flying Machine is one of my favorite cards. It is actually an alternative win condition with this deck. Not only does it break down buildings so your Royal Hogs can break through, when you drop it in the middle, it will stay alive for a long time. Or you can drop it off to the side, it'll sneak past and do a lot of damage to your opponent's tower too. And this deck is all about counter push. So when you go for a Goblin Cage and you defend something and you have a Goblin Brawler coming back towards your opponent, if you know that they don't have Fireball or Mega Knight, you go for Royal Hogs right in front. Now the Goblin Cage has so much more health points and you're bound to get a really good elixir trade. Royal Recruits, especially with a card combination of Zappies and Flying Machine, allow you free offensive potential as soon as you defend and safety against a variety of different decks on ladder, which is perfect for ladder pushing because you never know what you're going to play against. One key tip for this deck is to never go for Royal Hogs if you don't know what your opponent's card cycle is or you don't know what their deck is. Obviously, never do it as the first play in the game. If you go right into a Mega Knight, a Fireball, Dark Prince, or a Valkyrie and they counter push aggressively, you could just lose the game right out of the gate. Or if you just drop it at the wrong point of the game, you're gonna lose. It's a 5 elixir investment and it doesn't do damage to any of your opponent's units. So that means that they're gonna have full HP units counter pushing and it's gonna be really hard to stop. Your Royal Recruits, Goblin Cage, and Flying Machine will all do damage to your opponent's towers and do damage to your opponent's units, so they'll trade out relatively evenly. And if you're just learning the game, that's kind of the way that you're gonna wanna play. You're gonna wanna play really safe with your Royal Hogs, make sure you only drop them when you have an elixir advantage and when you know that you can guarantee value. If you have to ask yourself, should I drop my piggies? You probably shouldn't. This is definitely my favorite deck in the game, and it's extremely good for noobs and people in the top 200, which never happens with most decks. If you see all the skillful wall breakers decks at the top, there's no way that new players could ever play that. But this deck, it's supremely successful, and I highly encourage you guys to check it out. And if you learn it, you're gonna have a really good time in this meta, and it will be viable for a lot of future ones too. There's always a lot of comments asking, Jake, how am I supposed to beat Mega Knight or Wizard? You're saying that this works at mid ladder? Are you kidding me? If you're one of those people, make sure to check out the pinned comment. I'm going to showcase full video gameplay of me destroying Mega Knight players and a ton of tough matchups. I love this deck, and it's definitely a top tier deck that you should learn. And the second deck today is going to be this Mega Knight deck played at over 7,500 trophies on ladder. So a lot of pro players are loving it. It's got a super reliable defense with the Mega Knight and the Goblin Cage, the Electro Wizard to stun all of your opponent's units, and then the Snowball to push everything back. While on offense, you can almost guarantee damage with the Royal Hogs plus Heal Spirit to keep your push alive for way too long, or the Bandit to dash through, or if all else fails, the Magic Archer to finish off the game. If you catch your opponent in a bad cycle, the Bandit will always do massive damage. If your pigs are countered, the Magic Archer is going to be another thing that your opponent has to worry about. If that locks onto tower, you're still going to get massive damage. Even against tough matchups like P.E.K.K.A, Mega Knight is going to be really solid on defense. If your opponent clumps up too much stuff, they're never going to break through. But if they don't drop enough stuff, it's still going to be a struggle for them. So they have to find that perfect balance, which most people are never able to figure out. If you get multiple Magic Archers on the map, it's near impossible for your opponent to evade all damage. The geometry is going everywhere, and they just get confused. And it can be pretty fun for the Electro Wizard to hold all their cards in place while the Magic Archer is piercing through them. After the 6% damage buff to Royal Hogs, even if your opponent drops way more than 5 elixir, you're still going to get damage and be able to close out games. It's one of the most broken cards in the game, and both of the decks today show you why they're so strong. If you enjoyed today's video, make sure to leave a fat thumbs up, subscribe for more content just like this, and check out the pinned comment to see full videos of me playing both of the decks. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next video.